Labels Tour, it's not so much as like a personal building thing for me. You know, it's more so of me indulging in my purpose, right? Like, you know, I feel like my purpose is to inform a generation. I feel like my purpose is to give information to a generation that is in desperate need of, you know, guidance, nurturing, nourishment, and direction, right? And, you know, having a absentee father and having a drug addicted mother and being in the system and having this tremendous potential not be nurtured and developed by my family, it's disheartening, right? And for me to have, you know, and I still struggle to this day with just abandonment issues and, you know, seeking like validation. Some people don't know how to deal with that, and they crash out. You know, at 12 years old, I was an alcoholic. At 12, you know, like, you know, at 12 years old, I was suicidal. I wanted to kill myself, right? I had a knife in my throat. I'm ready to get up out of there, right? You know, because I couldn't see tomorrow because today was so much in the way. You know, like the wall of today was between my tomorrow, and that wall was so, you know, it's unscalable. You know, that wall was like the Great Wall of China, vertical. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck, I can't see past this shit. I gotta climb it too? Nah, fuck that. And then I'm ready to get up out of here. God didn't let me do it. I tried to kill myself at 12. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what happens to the souls that God doesn't intervene, right? Or, you know, what happens to the kids who don't get that, you know, epiphany moment to say, you know, God had 2 guns drawn at me. Right now, I'm 14, right? Man, fuck you. Kill me. I don't get. And he looked at me like, the fuck? I guess his intention was to scare me, but I was ready to go at 14. Didn't care. I had a piece of paper, threw it at him. What? And he looked and listen, if I was lying, he would have shot the shit out of me.
Yeah, we believed you.
Because he'd seen in my eyes, I did not care. It wasn't a gangster moment.
Yeah.
He looked at me like, and almost like, you know, like sorry for me. Like, damn, like he's already dead. You know what I'm saying?
So the pain.
So, yeah, and as great as I am now, and as great as I'm gonna be tomorrow, that would have never came to pass if that trigger would have been pulled. So me doing a No Labels tour is helping me heal. For some reason, when I help people, it feels like I'm healing. When I seen the guy outside, he gave me that hug. I felt that love. I felt that feeling I should have felt from my mother, or from my brother, or from my father, or from my uncle. I feel that feeling, so I'm connected to the people in a different way.
That's what's pushing you.
Yeah, it's what's driving me. Helping people, but also healing through the help that I'm giving to people, but also me indulging in my purpose, my God-given purpose, right? So, man, you know, but back to the No Labels tour, you know, entrepreneurs, artists, content creators, right? You know, and you talked about like, you know, the Jewish financial or economic infrastructure that they got from us because Moses taught them, right? And Moses is a black man, probably looks like you, right? We don't have venture capitalist companies. We don't have angel investors.
Yeah.
We don't have a Silicon Valley.
Yep.
There's so much we don't have.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing that rhetoric.
No, yeah, we're sprinkled in those little. Like,
when Obama got in office, I was in prison. I was in Bear Hill. They took out all the plastic. I mean, they took out all the metal from the jails. Like they had us eating shit up. Like all the metal out of the jail, they took out. Because we was ready. If Obama would have said, break out, we would have broke out of prison. All Obama had to do was say the word. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about, it was like motherfuckers didn't care. We was ready to die. We would have broke I could promise you, throughout the state, we was waiting. All Obama had to do was say, listen, this is on. We'd have took over America in one day. Because it was hundreds and thousands and millions of black men ready to die. Because we believed like that. We cried when we seen the voting. Yo, we was tears. We was like, this is on, let's go. because we felt, you know, it's almost like the ground shook, right? Like all the ancestors, all the people who were lynched, all the Emmett Tills that didn't get notarized, right? You know, and I just feel like it has to be an ending to the cowardice that plagues Black leadership. I feel it has to be an ending to the compromise or the compromising spirit that plagues Black leadership. You know, because at the same time you spend trying to be at peace with the wolf, you can spend developing and building fortresses around the hen house, right? So that's just what I'm about. And I'm gonna create content, and I'm ambitious. And I love the spotlight. I love people. I've been that way since a kid. You know, I want to play in the sandbox with all the kids. Hey, you know? And I want to do it in a way that, you know, how it's supposed to be done, right? So with the No Labels Tour, we're given this information because it's time. And for the people who have made their wealth off of being middlemen, okay, well, you made enough money. Like I said to you, you know, off camera, right? Like you can't eat all the food. You can't drink all the water. You can't inhale all the air. I don't care how much. I'm gonna breathe. I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna breathe. I'm not gonna die. You know, and so for people who say, oh man, you know, protect that man at all costs. You don't gotta protect me. God protects me. Right? You gotta protect me. God protects me. And like I said in the other video, which people don't understand, the devil has his purpose. And if you intervene with the purpose of the devil, then you can be harmed. God has a purpose as well.
See, now when you say, I'm laughing because when you say they can't have everything, it's just like, you know, it's funny because like I said, they want everything. But one of my favorite quotes, Planet of the Apes, the first one, 1970, I think it was 79. Beware of the beast man, for he is the devil's pawn. Alone amongst God's primates, Black man, he kills for lust, sport, and or greed. Shun him, let him not breed in great numbers, for he is the harbinger of death. And if you remember that scene, they had the apes had the white man locked up while they were reading that to him.
And you see, the intention of wanting to imprison the white man empowers the white man. The intention of wanting to imprison the devil empowers the devil. The intention of wanting to hold the devil accountable and punish the devil for his crimes empowers and actually frees the devil, because we have no power to judge. That's God's power. We have no power to imprison. It's God's power, right? So I've learned this, and now I'm just on my path of informing my people and informing the sectors and groups of my people and the collectives of my people who want to be informed. I'm not gonna, you know, force this unsolicited advice on you, but I'm gonna make it readily available to you through the No Labels Tour.
Yeah.
If you want to be better, No Labels Tour is the place to be. If you need infrastructure, if you need information, the No Labels Tour is where you need to be. Okay, period. And the last point I want to get to is, these are not clever innuendos or euphemisms, right? Like, I'm serious. Like, we empower the devil by trying to imprison, because the devil is going to serve the purpose.
Serve the prayer.
In the end, if you know scripture, in the end, the devil loses. He's going to seem like he's winning. He's just carrying out his purpose. Yeah. His affairs are already in order. God has already visited the devil on his hospital bed and said, yo, get your affairs in order. You have your time to go. Yeah, so he already knows. He knows he knows his destruction is imminent. However, he's gonna hide behind the power that is given to him by God to create these moments of test for the soul, right?
Okay.
You know, so I'm just playing my part as well. I'm getting my affairs in order because I want to go to heaven. And every action is the lawyer for your soul in God's court when you die. So every deed becomes testimony, right? So I'm pleading my case in God's court when I die. So I'm not going to be deterred. When you know what death is, then you know how to use your living years as leverage for when it's time to go.
Smooth the transition.
Yeah. No Labels Tour.
No Labels Tour, man. No Labels Tour. You heard it. The motivation, the
You heard it.
passion.
You heard it from the general's mouth. Yeah.
And you got now you got the other side of the work to do. You've been pretty much doing the groundwork with the videos, and now you got the logistics.
Yeah, there's like the venues, the insurance,
Yeah.
sound. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother set of obligations and responsibilities.
Yeah.
Seeing like I never did anything in Texas. So this is exciting too, right? Because we doing going to Austin and let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a question too, right? Before we go, right? Off camera, on camera doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You do a lot of traveling. I know you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How is that? Like, how is that?
It's
Because you get it, you be going, man.
To be honest, it's exhilarating. Now for the work travel, it's fun because obviously the business and sometimes it gets a little hectic, but COVID we traveled a lot. In fact, we traveled the most we ever traveled work wise.
Yeah, right.
So once we saw that, it's like, okay, if we could travel during supposed lockdown,
Yeah, you do it.
Other than that, my personal travel is like, it's addictive. But you talked about it earlier too about we so conditioned to certain things. It's like you can't really pay me to go to Miami or Mexico. It's not like those places are horrible, but it's like everybody's going there.
But for the people who never been, listen, I never been there, right?
Of course. So now if you've never been, that's a different experience.
Yeah, because and like I was talking about Southport Box, right? Yeah. And the guy, he was in Southport Box. So he just drove by. He was like, "Yo, man, that jail talk. What you was in Southport Box? You know what I mean? You feel me?" and I got real close to him. I got real close to him, and I told him, and I gave him a description, and it was like, and it was that look. I get the DIN number look like you've been there, and it's interesting because he was like, man, we should probably get a lawsuit because they can't put people in the box no more. They closed them shits down. Now think about this. Now we got yo, bro. Look, you in the fucking box. The toilet, the bed is here. The toilet is here. Where my feet is at, is another door. Right there is the shower. So in the morning when you wake up, you gotta get up. You gotta catch that door because that door clicks. And it lets you into another cage, another cell, which is outside. And that's the only time you get to go outside, right? Do you know the psychological fucking trauma I have to this day because of that?
Yeah, especially if you miss it, like that's crazy.
And then now to hear that they're closed, I mean, I'm happy for it, but I'm like, damn, what about all the people who had to go through that?
Yeah.
Then they turn the toilet off. So their form of punishing you is now you can't flush. So now what we had to do is we had to stop shitting because at the end of the day, too much shit.
Yeah, you can't smell it. You can't take that in.
You can't, you know what I'm saying? And then now you got to clean your own feces and wait till the door to click to throw that shit out in the morning. And if they catch you throwing it out in the motherfucking morning, after they turned your fucking toilet off, you get another ticket, which leads to more time in the fucking box. Which is fucking insane, right? Like it's like, what do you do? And a lot of people have killed themselves in the fucking box.
Yeah, that's like self-torture.
But prison is supposed to be, rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
I'm being punished. I'm going to jail. I'm supposed to be learning.
Yeah.
But you're trying to kill me. Because the goal is to kill. This is why I'm doing. This is another reason why because I've been through that experience. Yeah. So you think I'm gonna come out of that experience and I want to be friendly with the same people who tried to mentally fucking make me insane? You think I'm gonna come out of there and I look at white people differently? I look at the recessives differently. I look at the colonizers differently. I look at them differently because I know. Yeah. I know. It's like an Indian who sees a pilgrim. He knows. And you ever see one of them? What's that movie with Mel Gibson? It's a movie with Mel Gibson. I think it's called The Patriot.
Patriot or Braveheart, I think.
Nah, it's not Braveheart. I think it's I want to say it's The Patriot. Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. But it's a scene in that movie where the fucking guy kills the buffalo.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah.
And the Indian is like just looking at him like
yo,
we used the whole thing, bro.
Yeah.
We just killed him and left him there on the side of for what? Just to kill him.
Beware the beast man. He kills for lust, sport, and/or greed.
This ain't no. You feel me? So what I'm saying is, I'm just carving out my own, my own piece in the universe. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just taking the bit of air that I can take, that my lungs can hold. Yeah, and if you want to inhale the shit I'm inhaling, hey, be my guest. Okay, because how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. I know what I want. I get what I want.
Yeah. And as you point to the traveling things, you're just gonna get more cultural. That's all.
For sure. Listen. Yeah. Hell yeah. Little by little, wet my feet. You know, gotta start with the big toe first.
Nah,
you ever
yeah,
see, you put it, okay, that's cool. Okay, then get the whole foot in there,
100%.
swing it around a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Then get the calf in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the whole leg in there, you know what I'm saying? Before you know it, let me dive in.
100%. And like I said, you're gonna get people from all walks of life, and you'll get to see. And even with the COVID thing, it's like, you know, if you don't travel, you're not gonna know. So even when people hit me up out of the state, yo, how's it in New York? I heard it's locked down. Like, no, bro, I'm moving around regular. I'm not locked down. But if you're not from here, you just
See,
watching the news.
man, you already see. You one of them motherfuckers that's in the. You ever see the pool? You in the 10 feet. Backstroke, you front. I'm in the 2 feet. I can't. I'm like this.
Yeah, but as long as you comfy though.
Yeah, know what I mean.
You know, perception and.
I'm in the water, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Right.
Smart, no labels. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah. Y'all know where to find me.
Work.